awareness, doing this type of work, and this is your West Coast tour. She stopped in San Diego, she's been in San Francisco, and now here in Los Angeles. And like, it's just been an honor to help put this show together for you, because you're doing great work, and all the comics, including Angela Shelton, girl, you're funny. You did it, girl. I introed you right. And most importantly, it's Miss Angela Rose's birthday, so.
Thank you, girl. Woo, Miss Shannon Bobo, lovely and talented. Everybody, thank you so very much for coming out tonight. My name is Angela Rose. I am the founder and executive director of PAVE, Promoting Awareness, Victim Empowerment. And yeah, that is why we're all here tonight. I can't thank you guys so much for coming out. I heard that it rains about maybe once a year here in LA, so thank you guys so much for coming out and wading through the water. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of background of why I got involved with PAVE, and then some future amazing endeavors that your donations here are funding. Let me give you guys a little bit of background on PAVE. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah,
the shy girls in the corner. All right. And so, a shopping mall. I'm going to give you guys a little story. It was broad daylight, beautiful day. I was walking to my car. I'm a musician, and I had a CD in my hand, singing to myself, walking to my car, not thinking anything about life, except I had a big fat smile on my face. I turned behind me about 20 feet, and there's a guy walking towards me. I didn't think anything of it. And I actually blushed. I'm like, oh, this guy had heard me singing. I can't believe it. I felt so embarrassed. And I walked to my car, put my key in the lock, and he came up so fast behind me, put a knife to my throat. He forced me in his car, and he bound my hands behind my back, and he put Band-Aids and sunglasses on my face. This happened so fast. And what ended up happening was he had me for about 4 or 5 hours. You guys are eating, so we won't go into the details. But when I went down to the police station that night, thinking that the police were going to help and protect me and find this man who kidnapped me and assaulted me, first thing the detective, who I waited for 2 hours, sits down and looks at me and says, you know, Angela, I'm not even supposed to be here tonight. I'm going to the Olympics tomorrow. Okay, 17 Angela, here I am, like, I'm still a kid practically, and this big bad cop didn't believe my story. He said, are you in an abusive relationship, Angela? Does your boyfriend hit you? Because sometimes girls get themselves into situations. We found out, not even a week later, this man, not only had he done it before, he was on parole for murder. Great, yes. Awesome, thank you, criminal justice system. On parole for rape, kidnap, murder, a whole laundry list of all these different crimes, and he was out on parole to get me. And that really was my first notion of my eyes opening, saying, wow, this is so difficult for people to go through the system. Luckily, they wound up catching him. He's in jail forever, practically, and it's great. Yay! But we know that 90% of people don't report the crime. So what happened was, I got together, actually, this is the most inspiring part of this whole story. I got together with all of his previous victims, including the family of the girl that he had murdered back in 1980. We felt so helpless, but we needed to do something. So we started this petition drive, and people that I didn't even know were standing outside of grocery stores getting signatures on these petitions. It was something that the whole community really rallied around. And we wound up getting legislation passed in Illinois, and all these great things were happening. But all along the journey, all these people would stop me and say, Angela, thank you for your voice, because this happened to me, or my sister, or my friend, or my brother. And I was so amazed at how widespread sexual assault was, but it's so silent. And so what I came to realize is that 1 in 3 women, I mean, think about 3 women that are important to you in your life, your mother, your sister, your friend. 1 in 3 women are going to be sexually assaulted in their lifetime, and 1 in 6 men. But because it's so underreported, it's so under the radar, that people don't realize that it's such a huge problem. And we live in such a victim-blaming society. It's almost funny that in court, they had to ask me what I was wearing. Safe, strong, and sexy. If I was wearing a red miniskirt, shouldn't make a difference. If I was wearing a suit, who cares? But these questions are being asked by the criminal justice system. What was she wearing? How much did she have to drink? And it's just unbelievable. So PAVE I created to shatter the silence of sexual violence. And what I did is I took months just interviewing people to find out what's needed. I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. And what we realized is there was enough of the counseling, the Rape Crisis Center is really important work. But what was missing was the grassroots action, which I love. So what we did is, I think our most profound moment actually happened over the summer. We've got chapters popping up all over the country. And what we did is we took on through our Survivor Justice campaign. We've got a campaign called the Survivor Justice Campaign. I met a young woman named Tori Bowen, and her mom is actually in the audience tonight. She's my second mama. Love you, Mom. And what happened was she had been raped, drugged and raped by a repeat offender and was completely re-victimized by the system. You guys are going to love this because even though she's a rape victim, the guy is being charged with sexual assault / rape, but the judge said that she was not allowed to use the words rape, sexual assault, date rape drugs, sexual assault nurse examiner, all these words, that her free speech was being banned in the courtroom. So I flew out to Nebraska and we did a protest where we had all these participants tape their mouths shut with bandanas and scarves, holding the signs of all the words that Tori wasn't allowed to use in court. Gets better, you guys, because the judge then declares a mistrial due to all the media and our protest, again trying to silence free speech, which is great. So I got mad, and we did a national protest recreating this little one in Nebraska in 40 cities across the country in 3 business days. That was fun. So we realized that the people really do have the power. So I know we're going to wrap things up, but I just wanted to give you guys at least a little bit of background so you know. But please come find me. Make sure you sign up on our email list. We are a national nonprofit organization that uses social, educational, and legislative tactics to shatter the silence of sexual violence. And the two Angelas, Angela Rose and Angela Shelton, are partnering up on a really amazing campaign that's going to be called Report It Now, because we know that it is so underreported. So make sure that you guys look out for that, which is going to rock everyone's boat. So again, thank you guys so much for coming.